Most of you will have heard by now that Ken Block sadly passed away. I just thought I would do a video slightly differently on this channel. So I've just filmed some footage that I did earlier on today, and I'm just going to do a voiceover and basically talk about Ken Block and what he meant to me and how he affected the build this current car project that I am working on. The first time I saw Ken Block, whether it was the first time I heard of him, was back in 2010, I believe. It was at Wales Rally GB in Cardiff. I think the base of this rally was in Cardiff Castle itself. And me and some friends, we went out during the day and watched on the stages in the forests of Wales, and it was actually the first time I saw Sebastian Loeb in his Citroen C4 flying through the forest, which was spectacular. But at the service park in the evening, when they all reconvened to do some media work and signing autographs, etc., it soon hit me how famous Ken Block was by this point through his Gymkhana videos. But yeah, at the time there were some really great drivers in the championship. There was Petter Solberg, Kimi Räikkönen, Andreas Mikkelsen, so some really big names, and they just didn't have anywhere near the attention that Ken Block had. When Ken Block got out the car and went to do autograph signing, which was at the other side of the service park, there was just a sea of people surrounding him. He had rock star status, and it was quite interesting to see none of the other drivers really bothered, because everybody, mainly younger people, but they were just surrounding Ken Block's stand. So yeah, that was the first time I saw him. I didn't really know about the Gymkhana videos at that point. I think the video that came out shortly after that World Rally and Championship stage was a couple of months later. Gymkhana 3 came out, and that was when he had his, it was the first Fiesta. I believe that Fiesta was the Olsberg MSE car. So it had the famous paint drip livery, which is still famous today. You see a lot of replicas of that particular graphics. Ironically, when I did work experience, when I left school, I did some work for Quick Motorsport, and they actually built one of Ken Block's cars. They also built his Mark II Escort. And the mechanic that actually went on to work for Hoonigan, and doing all the Gymkhana videos supporting the vehicle, was the guy that I shadowed when I did my work experience. And in 2015 at the Goodwood Festival of Speed, he had his V1 Hoonicorn, so before it was twin turbocharged, he had that there, and luckily Jody let me have a look around the car. Still to this day, that Hoonicorn is one of the cleanest builds I've ever seen. It's very simple, but every single piece of work, all the fabrication is just bar none, really. For the past 5 to 7 years, I've been following all of his Hoonigan shenanigans. So I've been watching all of the builds. Recently they built the Porsche, the hill climb car, which I was disappointed they couldn't run due to an engine problem, but hopefully that car will be driven at some point. I'm not sure who will drive it, but it'd be great to see that car going at full speed. I guess Ken Block's approach to the automotive industry resonated with me because he focuses on the marketing, so the design of cars, the look, the livery, as well as obviously going out racing. That being said, I think he understood the business of motorsport more so than most other drivers, and his extreme attention to detail to everything made him stand out. I'm going to read a text message that I received from Tom earlier today, which sums things up pretty well. He said, he gave 110% with everything he did in racing and business, and will certainly be remembered for that amongst everything else he achieved. I guess the relevance to the car that I am building currently, the 206 WRX, is it's reminiscent of that first generation of Fiesta. So it's a small hatchback with all-wheel drive. It's light and nimble with aggressive looks. And I think being exposed to that kind of content, like the Gymkhana videos, has obviously shaped my view on what the ultimate car can be. So without the Monster Energy Rally team and Ford Racing, who knows what I'll be building today, if anything. Thank you for listening to me talking about a hero of mine, and I'll see you very soon.